Matt Aguilar here from ComicBook.com, and today I have the esteemed pleasure of talking to the always A champ, Carmelo Hayes of NXT. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, man. Thank you.
That's a good intro, right? I mean, I feel like
That was
that's
good. D, you hit the D on like perfectly.
of course we got a lot to talk about. We've got a big first time ever type of event happening this Saturday, and it's not always. I mean, it's with how WWE moves and is always kind of evolving. There's always new things
Yeah,
happening, but it's rare that you get a completely new match type happening. I mean, there's just
right.
so much out there. So to create one, I imagine, is an endeavor in itself. And of course, we have the
Yeah,
Iron Survivor Challenge. You're in here with some talented people. Some people you've faced before. Some I don't really think like you've matched up with as much in the past. How are you approaching this, and what's it like to be part of such a big first time thing?
yeah. I feel a responsibility to set the bar really high. I think all of us do. And looking at the talent pool inside of this match, like you said, man, JD McDonough, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy, Axiom. I think you couldn't have picked a better five guys to put in a first time match to represent, this or to headline, I guess, this pay per view or premium live event we got coming up. But yeah, no, I got a pretty good strategy. I looked at the rules a couple times. Took me a little bit to wrap my head around it. I'm sure, but I think when you guys see it all come together on Saturday, I think we're gonna do something pretty special here.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, I think everybody had to do a quick double take of like, all right, and make sure I understand what's
Yeah,
happening because
a lot
there have
going on.
been so many different types of events. So yeah, it's got to be challenging to find something or a mix of things that hasn't been done. And
Yeah,
this is also coming off. You've had a immensely successful North American Championship run, and you called that really its own book as opposed to just a chapter of
yeah,
your career.
yeah,
And it's been amazing to see how like some of the kind of classically premier titles like the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship have all felt like they've kind of in a renaissance period, and the North American Championship never kind of kind of lost relevancy, but I feel like during your reign it definitely gained some and kind of had this aura
thank
of
you.
importance about it. Was that kind of part of the
Yeah,
goal for you? Is that what you take away from that?
yeah. I mean, I had just said it in a tweet, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I just had mentioned when I won the title, I said this is gonna be the new A championship. Um, and then like they kind of just, they gave me that first promo, and I said what I said about like, as long as it's around my waist, the A championship. And I think it was an energy that I carried about it being the most important thing on NXT. And I proved, or I don't want to say I proved, but I provided, the mat, I backed it up with my in-ring work, I guess you could say. Is like I made sure that at least, this isn't the most important title of the A title, that I'm going to have the best match on the show every single time with this title, surrounding this title. So yeah, I'm just glad it came into fruition. And like I said, man, I didn't know really what I was gonna do. I was just like, I'm gonna say it and let's hope for the best. And it ended up working out pretty good.
Well, too, just kind of the nature of ever shifting things in WWE. You end up smack in the middle of NXT, really starting your WWE career
Yeah,
with a legend that is, kind of behind the scenes, running things, putting things together in Shawn Michaels. What's it been like, learning from one of the, greatest of all time? And what have you kind of taken most from that experience?
uh, the best part about it is there's nothing that he hasn't experienced. There's nothing that he hasn't done. So everything he's telling us is from experience. Like you're talking to a guy that has done everything from the bottom to the top. You know what I mean? He's been the guy multiple times. So everything he says is gospel. So you just listening to him, and he's just dropping nugget after nugget after nugget after nugget. Sometimes it's a lot to take in because you're just like, whoa, 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 and things that early on I didn't understand because I was so new. And then as time went on, I was like, oh, that's what he was talking about. Oh, that's what. So like, I try to now like take, and he's probably telling me things that 5 years from now aren't going to make sense yet. because he's been there and he's done it all. So, I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to be here and working with Shawn, somebody that I, looked up to as a kid. Obviously, everyone did. And just one of the best in-ring performers. Something I pride myself on being is a great in-ring performer. And it's like you get the best of the best. So it's like, obviously, pleasing him is like, it's not easy, but, it's somebody that like he pushes you to want to be better. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, and of course, for those who, for this Iron Survivor Challenge, that title shot is looming of the NXT Championship. But and look, I'm one of them, because I'll say that, as the person who covers SmackDown for us, I look at that show and go like, man, like Melo would kill it here. Like I'm one of those, right? There's lots of conversation going on about, Raw and SmackDown. But, everyone loves you in NXT as well. So, what do you envision, moving kind of into 2023? Is do you want to continue to kind of move to that? Do you want to kind of do what you've done for the NA Championship for the NXT Championship? Do you look at SmackDown and Raw as like possibilities for you in the nearer term? What is that picture for you in 2023?
Yeah, I choose to keep my like feet where I'm at this moment. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I know it's there for me. I know that SmackDown, that Raw, that's there for me. It's like I almost need to eat the food on my plate now before I make myself a new plate. You know what I'm saying? So like there's still that NXT Championship lingering. And it's just something that, if I don't accomplish that, it won't be the end of the world for me because I have so much greater things to accomplish. But it is something that, I've been saying for a year and a half that I'm the A champion. It's something that it's like in my destiny at this point to accomplish that and truly be the A champion. So I almost don't want to let it go, let this go until I get, what I say that I deserve. And that's the NXT championship and from Braun Breaker.
Absolutely. Well, I know I got to let you go, but I'd be remiss not to ask. We are comicbook.com, as the background back here very much echoes. Yeah. In this kind of age of movies and TVs and superheroes and villains and all this kind of stuff. We've also seen like The Rock move into the DC world. We've seen Becky Lynch move into TV. All these kinds of doors are open for WWE superstars. Do you have like an eye to Hollywood? Is there a particular franchise that you've always loved that you want to be a part of at some point down the road?
Yeah, like with the food on my plate now type of thing. I got a lot of food on my plate right now, and so eventually down the road, if the opportunity comes, of course, I'd be stupid to say no. But like, it's just so much I need to, because you gotta remember, a lot of people try to fast track me. Like, oh, go to the main roster, but like I'm still in NXT and developmental technically. So it's like there's so many levels I have to go to get to even to think about things like that. So I try not to get too ahead of myself, man. I focus on like what's in my clear vision right now. Obviously, like I think about the future and things and what I want to do after WWE, but like I need to conquer this first before I start getting ahead of myself. But dude, I just saw the Wakanda Forever movie. Finally, I'm a little late, but what a great movie, man. Yeah, I would love to be a part of something like that. But yeah, that's like I said, down the road type stuff.
Absolutely. Well, all the respect, man. Can't wait to see what's going to happen at Deadline, and all the best success.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, bro.